And I can talk to you, so if I can hear or I can say something if people type rather than me typing. And I can talk to you, so if I can hear or I can say something if people type rather than me typing. And I can talk to you, so if I can hear or I can say something if people type rather than me typing. So maybe I can explain what I'm doing? I don't know. So, doing some, just painting on his beard, trying to get, even though it's a natural because the light would be coming from right to left, but I need to make his face kind of pop out right here where his hairline is, so you can kind of cheat a little bit and just put a highlight there. I mean, it's not realistic, obviously, but I would put the bigger highlight over here on the right. And this brush I'm using has a multiply effect. What that means is like each time I paint with it, it gets darker and darker. So you can start off really light, like this white that I just do, and then if I turn it back on, you see it gets darker and darker and darker. So with my other hand on the keyboard, I'm actually turning off the ability for it to, what is called multiply, but it's really just, I'm turning that back and forth from normal to multiply and over to kind of keep working back and forth until I find a place that I'm happy with. His hair needs to be fixed a little bit right here. You can actually connect to his head. Actually, I don't know why it's a straight line right here, so I'm going to fix that. So I'm going to do this. Cut into this. Same with his nose. I do not like his shape of his nose, so I will fix that. And so the reason why all this other stuff, this green and pink, looks so weird is because the way that I do it is I have my drawing that you can see here. If I turn it on, I'll turn up the opacity, you can see the drawing there. So that's on a whole different layer. And I drop the opacity so it kind of comes see-through. And then I do the shapes on top of that. So it's the shape of his arm, the shape of his body, and I do it in these like obnoxious colors, so I know that I haven't painted them yet. Because if I do them in realistic colors, then sometimes I know that I think that I painted them. Like how his ears are like this bright pink. So what it is the shape, and then what you can do in Photoshop is tell it to only paint within that shape. So it's almost like if you were to get like a piece of paper and cut out a hole in it and put that piece of paper on top of another one. When you color, it's only going to color the part that you cut out. So this is kind of the same idea here. And there's stuff that you can't see when I have toolbars and layers. I cut that all out because it's kind of boring to look at. But all that stuff's still there. So I'm going to choose his skin color again, and then you'll see me paint his ear. His ear, I gotta pick the right layer. See, and then I'm painting over it. You can see the paint going, the brush going bigger than the actual ear, but it'll only paint what's in that ear. And then I turn on that thing like I was talking about, that multiply part, and then it just gets darker and darker, as you can see when I'm kind of doing his ear more and more. Makes it darker. So I like to have a little bit darker when it's closer to his head, just to make him kind of give a little bit dimension. Again, it's not following the realistic, if light was hitting it, but for these illustrations, it's fine. And his mouth is this obnoxious blue that I'm going to redo right now. I'm going to kind of redo the shape with this selection tool. I can do what I want the shape of the mouth to be. Those little dancing guys. And then let me redo that. And then if I fill it, so I'm picking a lasso right here, kind of redoing the shape of the mouth. Do not like that. Try that again, closer, zoomed in. So here's the shape of the mouth that I want. I try to make it a little bit clean. And then I'll fill that with this obnoxious blue color. So I just filled it in. And then on the mask layer is where I would paint. So I'll pick like a pink kind of color, like for his mouth. And it's just painting inside. And I can do that cool thing where it makes it darker like that. I just don't want it to get lost. Like it kind of is right now. I'll actually kind of redo his mustache too. I was hurrying up the last time, so I'll kind of make this a little more cartoony, perfect circle kind of a thing here. So this is on the same mask layer that his beard is on. Is also part of his mustache. So I'm adding to, basically like if this were, again, what I'm using, talking about a piece of paper, I am recutting out this hole to make it a different shape. But the paint part still remains, so I'm going to fill it, and you'll see how it fills it like that. What I like to do is use this other brush with this kind of lighter hair color and do like some organic kind of whiskers coming out. This brush is really fat because I'm zoomed in really tight, but kind of get the idea. They could look a little more scruffy. It's subtle, but it's there. Put some on his beard. His mustache. Now I'm going to work on the top of his head a little bit. And do like these. I may not use this, but I kind of want to see what it looks like with like, because it's brushed back. So I use this little texture thing. And again, I'm using that mask idea. So you see I can draw this line here. I'll do an obnoxious color. This blue. So this is blue. And it'll only stay within this hair shape right here. So this hair shape. So if I keep painting and I go off of that shape, it looks like it stops, but it doesn't. It's actually painted behind. I will undo that. How do I feel about that? I have to come back to that. Well, it looks alright. But he doesn't have his eyebrows. Put some eyebrows in. So you'll see firsthand. So then I'll pick an obnoxious color. I'm going to pick like this neon green. I will fill it. I just put a layer behind it. And I will go back to this. See, and I'm kind of filling it in. Get it a little tighter so you can see here. Not sure if anybody can hear what I'm saying, but because this is new to Sorry, I'm looking to make sure that it's streaming because I'm doing it also on YouTube and Facebook and Twitch. Alright, back to it, sorry. Not too happy with this mouth, but let's see here. See what happens if I add a tongue here. Purple tongue, don't think so. Maybe. Still not stoked about this mouth. Let me try a different shape altogether. So let me try like. Let me try cut it out. At least he looks happier. I'm just going to take the whole mouth and move it, which is what's great about Photoshop. It's a little better. Probably cut away this bottom part a little bit. There we go. Yeah. What I might do is lighten up this beard a little. Just so the mouth will show. I'm doing it really light. beard up top. Which again looks crazy from zoomed in, but once you kind of see what it's like far away, it looks a little better. I don't know. Let me try something real quick. I'm gonna try. Again, I should probably try to figure this out before I did all this, but oh yeah, so you can see what it looks like without the beard. I might try to cut it out completely all the way around his mouth. Let's see what this looks like. Oh. At least you can see his mouth. We'll keep it for now. I think the same thing is kind of happening with his eyes, to be honest. So let me go into the layer with his skin tone. Just gonna make it a little darker on his eyes, and hopefully he doesn't look like he has a black eye. I'll make all of his skin a little bit darker. Which means I gotta make his nose a little darker. I don't really mind his nose being dark like that. It's kind of a style choice. I'm always have a hard time with noses in general. Kind of picked this nose type and stuck with it. Yeah. I'm gonna add a little texture to his eyebrows. So what I'll do is I do this. Again, this is back to the masking thing. I'm kind of recutting holes, basically. So I'm picking his eyebrow layer. I'm choosing the lasso tool, kind of making it, recutting that hole out. Just like that. And I'll do it to this eyebrow too. It's little, but it makes it look a little more scruff. Kind of toying with the idea of messing with his eyes too. Creepy. Rad. Oh my god. Sorry. The best part about this is nobody's watching, really. It says who joined, at least on Facebook, but it doesn't say when they left, so there can be nobody here, for all I know. I'm gonna try to see what this looks like if I cut this out. It kind of makes it look like he's chubby. A little more subtle. No. A little lower, maybe. Just a little. Just cutting into his eyes to kind of give him cheeks a little bit. Especially when you're doing it this way with the... What I'll do actually is I'm going to make a folder that's just his eyes, so I can always go back. Again, another good thing about Photoshop is you can do that. Or I can just create a mask layer on top of the eye, which is what I'll do. There. There. I don't know. We'll move on. Alright, let's zoom out. Let's see. Let me show you what it looks like right now. Yeah. It looks a little dark with everything does, but I know what I'm going to do for the background. So I normally work in this grayscale background, just a gray background helps. When you use a white background, it can kind of make the colors not look how they're really going to appear when you have a finished piece. So early on in school, I kind of was taught to do everything on gray, like a mid-tone gray to help just pick the right colors. See, guys, you're learning stuff. Probably all the wrong stuff, but you know, just this is the way I do things. It's probably the best way. But what I've learned, and it took me a long time, and I'm an old guy now, but I copied a lot of what my friends did or the people that I like, their styles. I just literally just did them, just straight up copied them. But that's how you kind of learn. You figure out what your style is. So mine's kind of a hybrid of a bunch of people that I know. Some of them are friends, some of them are people that I just like, and I follow them. But you learn by just kind of doing. You find the stuff that you like and the stuff that you don't like. And it took a long time to get to this point for me personally, kind of find out what my style was, and it changes, it always changes, but sometimes it takes a little while, so don't be afraid if you haven't found your thing yet. Right, so I'm obviously doing the sword right now. I'm gonna add this little line down the middle. Oh. Actually, it wasn't too bad. So I don't know how anybody watching now, but if you're watching this video, because it should stay posted, feel free to comment or whatever if you have a question or didn't understand what I said. I don't know. Actually, I need to kind of look up. Look up what his sword looks like. It's all silver. Let's look, see? All silver. Black handle. Alright. I did it all on one cutout, which I think I'll probably keep because it's not that. It's going to be hidden by his hand a lot. So I'm just kind of making these choices as I go. I'm going to I'm using that same brush, and then I turn on the thing where you keep going over, it gets darker and darker, and if I just kind of keep doing it, you'll see it'll eventually turn kind of black. Too much, so then I'll go back in and turn it off and just put some texture in it. I think what I'll do too actually is just like that. Doing another layer, then using this other brush that I like to use and just kind of too clean, but I'm going to keep it that way. And then the head of the sword was white. Or silver, I should say. So I'll kind of keep it that way. It did have that wolf head on it. So what I could do actually is go back to the layer where I cut it out and add like little ears. I'll zoom in so we can make it easier to see here. Again, this is really zoomed in, so it's not 100% necessary. Does it have ears? No, it doesn't have ears. Oh, there's a toy one that has ears. That has like a little snout. Yes, we'll do that. So if I kind of created what the new cutout of the shape will be. Actually, what I'm going to do is create a new guy here. Getting crazy technical because people watching this probably don't care about this stuff. I'm having it be just the head is the cutout, the hole that you're going to see through. And I'll do the same thing where I fill it with an obnoxious here, so you can definitely see it. I fill it with this obnoxious blue. And now I can paint behind it, like so. It's kind of this whitish color. Let me go a little bit lighter here. I don't know how much detail I want to put into this. And I could add like eyes. So working on it backwards here, I'll flip it around. Kind of looks like a pig. Oh well. There's his nose there. And he has like these sharp teeth. So let's see if there's the mouth. Let's do the teeth. Again, I don't think you're going to even see this, but I'll do it anyways. So you see I colored it, and I'll do the thing where I darken it. Darker, 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 darker. I'll pop out a little bit. Yeah, we'll see. Let's see what that looks like. Zoom out. Looks ridiculous. Looks so dumb. No. I say no. It's hard to see it now, but like I said, the background, I know exactly what the background's going to be, but let's just pretend that it's like this blue color, and I'll use this brush right here. So if I start like painting it, this is what it's going to kind of be. See how this stuff kind of pops out? I'll do it a little bit like this so you can see. So I use this brush, another awesome brush. It's very painterly, but yeah. So now you see kind of stuff pops out. It probably won't be that dark, and I'll probably do like white for like, clouds or whatever behind them. But it might look more like that. Definitely darker. turn it off for now. But basically that's what it is. See, look, you can see, let me do this. Again, if anybody watching the recording. So I'm going to fill it with white. See how that changes how it looks? Like all the colors change when you use white, because white's so bright. It's so, it just makes everything look different. So if you notice, if you go out in the world, you'll see sketchbooks that are toned, and those actually help when it comes to coloring and shading. Because you're when you do with white, you're doing it from the harshest, like a highlight. You're drawing from a highlight backwards. Where if you start with the mid-tone, the world is kind of like this. The world is gray and dark and lonely. Nobody around. But yeah, so you can kind of see how that looks back and forth. And you get used to it. It feels, when you first start doing it, it feels really dark to be painting in this gray. But you get used to it, and then it's the only way you want to paint. It's actually easier on your eyes too. It's like staring at like a TV screen. Alright. This body's probably gonna need a lot of work, but let's get started. Why not? Here's a lot of gray, but I'm gonna kind of keep it in this, like a brownish kind of color. So I'm gonna keep it in this brownish gray instead of just using grayscale gray. Try to stay away from the actual blacks and whites. Another tip: stay away from blacks and whites, because it gets a little too. Nothing's really ever pure black or pure white. So it's kind of good. You see this color, it looks like a brown. And if I get it dark enough, it looks black, but it's not a true black. A true black is this. And you can, again, it's subtle, but when something's that black, it looks unnatural, in my opinion. So we just start with something really dark. Go. So this is jacket. I'm gonna kind of look them up right now again. I should have all this up. Bad. Should have my photo ref up. Look at this handsome guy. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm going to change it because I didn't think about that. I'm going to change it so he has a nice furry top. Yeah. Sorry, I'm just looking at photo ref right now, trying to get a good idea of his coat. I think get busted for showing this stuff on live stream, but there it is. The coat. So I'm gonna try to use that coat. If I get sued by HBO for using, and he's wearing gloves, so I can fix that too. So what I'll do is do another layer. I'm gonna show you from scratch. So this is gonna be his glove because it kind of flares out, and then it goes into his hand. Zoom in here so you can see I made a mistake here. I want it to be as clean as I possibly can. I'm subtracting this, adding stuff. It looks pretty good. So I make that full. This is the problem that I have, is when stuff gets, when everything's gray or dark, it's a little harder for me. So let me do this. Do this. push back a little bit. It's not the best. I have to cheat this one out a little bit, start lighter. Again, I'm doing that thing where I cheat with the highlight. So that way, at least his glove looks different than the rest of his jacket. I still have to do his fingers on top layer, but alright. It's good for me. So I have this like crisscrossy thing here, and I need to change that. Because it should really be like fuzzy. You're not going to see that part. Let's see. Let's just keep it. Let's see what happens. Let's go for it. I'm going to color this. This is actually way lighter. Looking at photo ref, which you can't see, but it starts way lighter. And then it gets darker. But it's the same color as his beard, which is not good. So I'm going to have to cheat a little bit again. Make this one fuzzy. Actually have to go behind his head like that. I'm going to actually, let's see here, where is that at? There it is, fill it, paint it. I'll have to paint it darker, at least right here where it overlaps. And this dude's all buttoned up, so he's definitely gonna have no skin showing here, so I'll just make it dark like that. Let's see. I mean, it's not the worst. It's a slow process, guys. Slow. Checking the stream again, just make sure it's still working. Yes, okay. Dude, can you even hear this music? I wonder. Is it too loud? So what I'll do for this is, like I did the other one, I flare out the end here. So if I just flare it out. Let's see what happens. This is on top. What color is this guy? It's brown. This is not the same brown. I gotta keep my palettes right. Oh, that was for that. Let's see here. It's green underneath, we'll see. Whatever this is. Oh! Oh, it's the rest of the sleeve, so if I do this. Actually, what I'm going to do for like his gloves is I will do a new layer, picking this color out, making it a little bit lighter. I'm going to do like some like design stuff on his gloves, just to force them to look different. Looking at photo rough again. Like one across his knuckles like that. So I'm adding extra details. We'll do it to this top glove too, just so you can see. Just kind of adding, but add a little stripe. It's kind of not cheating because it's design and not a highlight. So I did 3, just like that, on that side. This is under his gloves, so we'll be able to see these other shapes, but definitely helps. Give it some design stuff, or even his jacket, even his sleeves. So I'm going to use this brown. This actually has like lines in it too. So let's just see what this looks like. I'm doing all these on a separate layer, by the way, so if I don't like it, I can just turn it off. a little too much detail. It actually looks alright. It's like a big bean. It's a fuzzy jacket. I'm gonna have to redraw this, to be honest. After I did the dragons, I got a little too excited. Because those little fuzzies go all the way down. Which might actually help. So let's see here. So what I'm going to do is open up this drawings layer. Actually, I'm going to just do a new layer on top. Kind of figure this out in red. So I got this animator's pencil here. Get it obnoxiously bright. So this has this fuzzy part. But then in the photo it goes over his shoulder, his arm. So it could be like this, maybe. And this is all fuzzy. Just make it fuzzy all the way. And then this would do the same, but it would be like this, over his shoulder and then back through. So I could just extend that fuzziness, and then have this be fuzzy, and have this be dark. Just another dark area. Goes around. Bear with me here. I'm trying to figure this out. It might work. Show behind his hair. No, probably not. And that way I can just do his leg popping off like that. Give him some boots. Just do with this big front side. I don't know. Just making a layer with his name on it so I can turn it off and on. I'm actually just going to lower the opacity to see the drawing a little better. So let me just finish this drawing real quick. I know this looks a little weird. I gotta put this fingers in front. Do that, just kind of do this. Just kind of drawing over what I did because I just want to see what it looks like. With his body. This is his head. His body would actually his body would be hunched like this. And his legs would be up. So I can actually put his legs up. Put boots on over here. Right now I have his arm right here. This may look confusing. Sorry. Again, just trying to figure it out. Technically his arm should be up here. Even though I'm not a stickler for anatomy. When stuff's way off, you can tell. Okay, this is his body. This would make his hips. Then he wants the other side, so I think that's what it's going to be. It's going to be something like that. Center it a little more. Okay, this took a lot longer than I thought. So what I need to do is I need to change his body shape here. It wouldn't be hunched over, but it would be way. There we go, just like that. Cut into this leg. Oops. Oopsie oops. Cut into it. So I'm just going to redo the whole thing. So if I turn on that drawing layer again, you can at least kind of see his foot. Kind of stubby a little bit, but I think that'll be okay. Let's try that. We'll fill that with the color. Let's see how that looks from far away. It's a little ridiculous. It's a little small. Again, you won't see a lot of it because the cape's going to cover a bunch of it, so it just whatever sticks out. Yeah, looks good. Find that layer. Put some pants on them. A lot of this is going to get lost. Let me zoom in a little bit. Here is I'm going to choose his foot again and do that boot thing I was doing, so we can overlap this boot. So just like that. Oops. Nope. Add a boot. Here we go, like this. Yes. I'll make these boots that kind of grayish color. Photoshop, you can actually turn the canvas, which is a neat feature. So top part again looks all gross and pixelated, but it's only because I'm working on it really close. Let's do that. And then move back to see. The red part is up. It's back to where it was before. And it's okay. Again, it's all kind of getting lost a little bit. We'll see. We have this cape. Worry about the details too much. Arm layer here. I have to redo this whole thing. Let's see here. Positions like this. Let me turn this on again. So basically, it's going to be like this. So that's the cape. So actually, let me just do that. Fill it with this obnoxious green. So there it is. There's the cape, and then on top of that, I'll do the. Cooler if that was. So I'm holding on the plus sign the plus and making it, adding to the selection. Which is that same idea of cutting out the paper, so I'm just kind of recutting the paper over and over again. So everything inside this will be what you see. Looks all right. Let's see what happens. Fill this with a yellow. It's pink color. Might actually work. It's a little sloppy. Let's see. Zoomed out though, might look okay. Just kind of make this a little cleaner. This might be kind of boring, but this is the how the sausage is made, guys. Again, just cleaning this up a little bit. Looks like it's not doing much, but I'm just making it so it's not so jagged. It's a little better. And see how the gloves on the outside, so I'm going to move both of these up a little bit. Boom. Just like that. See, this is how you can tell what I painted and what I haven't painted. This is kind of bluish gray. So blue. We'll start there. Try to paint in the same way the fabric would lay, kind of. Sometimes I'll do it like that just to put a texture, but for the most part. And then this stuff is circles to give it a little bit of texture. Chin under his chin, a little dark. lighter. Actually, let's do it dark under here. No. Let's get this to make it, keep it all light. It's getting kind of lost a little bit. It's a little muddy right there. Sometimes the best way to tell is if you Photoshop, learn this trick from a friend, there's like a black and white option. Makes everything black and white. And you can see that right here, you can't really tell the difference between what's going on. And that's when it comes to value of colors. So stuff's getting lost, so I need to push the values, but you can see how like on the scales, here and here, it's really obvious where the scales are because you can see the contrast. But right here, it's all kind of muddy, which means I need to like do some more highlights, maybe change the color of some things. Yeah. So for that, I can even do a light right here. So the light will pop out a little more. This other side over here. So what I'm going to do for this is kind of just redraw this to have be. This will be a little harder. Need to keep it dark. Just very tips of them. It's enough. And then underneath the arm, and do the cape thing like that. And this will be that blue. Yep. Just add a little bit of texture to it. A lot going on there. Anyways. Alright, let's put some texture in this cape real quick. I have to go here pretty soon. Pick up the kid. It's gonna make me see about adding some texture to this, but I don't think it's gonna look good. Add some fingers real quick. Sorry, I gotta stop talking now. I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna do. That looks ridiculous. How ridiculous does that look? Yeah, pretty bad. Pretty bad, guys. I think this is going to be better. To move this sword, because the hand would be like this. Oh, it's bad. Real bad. Alright, I'm gonna call it. Actually, let me finish this hand, at least. That means it'll be roughly done. I'll have to work on it more. This hand is killing me. So, a second here, doing a thing for a sword. Taking out his sword, doesn't have to move it. Again, Photoshop, help me out here. looks so terrible. Oh, the thumb's in front. That. That's why it looks so bad, is because I haven't done the thumb yet. Like an idiot, the thumb would go like right here. That's a little better. That's why it looks so weird. Too much gray. I'm gonna have to work on that when I get back to this. But let's just finish this up. So at least we're somewhat done. I try not to mess with the brush size too much, but sometimes I will for stuff like this. Again, it's such a small detail when you've zoomed out. Yeah, it is, sorry I didn't see this, Josh. It was Gypsy Jazz. Can you hear it? I tried to do it quiet. Oh, it's changed to jazz. It was this stuff. But that was an hour ago. I didn't even say you joined. That's interesting. Again, this is all new. I wasn't even paying attention. I probably should. Don't know what you can play for music on these things. I don't know if they flag you if you play something that's contemporary. Anyways, yeah, I think this is gonna be. Let me zoom so you can see it. Took me a long time to get there, but yeah, it's a little muddy. It's a little muddy in like this area right here. So I'll try to fix that. Looks alright. A little bit of work, like I said, longer than I thought it would. Yeah. And the next thing I gotta do after that is put Khaleesi over there. Put Khaleesi over here. And do a background. Huh. Again, this is more for just doing this live stream, just to test it, see how it works. This is the first time I talked during it. I don't know if I'll do it again. I feel like I was talking to myself. But yeah. So there you go. Again, I hope the volume isn't too loud. If anybody is watching and I'm talking and the volume is too loud for the music, let me know because I can turn it down. Yeah. Alright, I got to go pick up the kitty. So we'll see you on, I'm going to keep going on Monday. I'll keep drawing on Monday. Or keep painting. Anyways, there you go. See ya. Thumbs up.